they dominated the boards. We didn't shoot the ball well. I mean, you can find different reasons, of course, but more than anything, still, even in this moment, I'm proud of our guys. I'm proud of our team, and like I said, it is unfortunate that tonight we didn't play well. We didn't stand up to the challenge, and we lost a game that it could have been ours.
Pau, thank you for your thoughts. At this time, I would like to invite questions in English for Pau Gasol, this young lady here with the glasses in the middle. If you just hang on, we'll bring a microphone to you. Could I ask you to introduce yourself and just state the news agency you work for, please?
Good evening, Bao. I'm from China Basketball, and I like to ask you a question. Will you consider as your last selection for the Spain? And no matter the question is yes or no, will you say something to the younger generation, like to Alex Abrines and Dani Diaz, and your expectation for the next generation of the Spanish basketball, please? Thank you.
Well, like I always say, you never know when it's your last game, when it's your last championship. So, like I said, you never know. I wish I can continue to play until I'm 50, but I doubt it. So, I have a lot of fun playing with this team, for my country, and it's a big honor, it's a big pride. But like I said, you never know. Nothing is guaranteed in our life. And we have great generations coming up, great young players. We have a great mix of players, and I'm sure our federation and our national teams are going to continue to be strong.
Are there any more questions in English for Pau Gasol? Mark Woods, please.
Mark Woods, ESPN.com. Pau, I mean, you've obviously had defeats in your career, but I know it's just after the game, but how does this one feel in comparison to past losses?
It's a very painful loss. It's comparable to the loss that we had in Athens in 2004, when we won every game of the championship. We get to the quarterfinals, being the favorite and losing. So it's a very disappointing and painful loss, but it's part of the sport, unfortunately. I mean, not always the favorite wins.
I think we have a question in the center of the room towards the back. Yeah, if you could just put your hand higher, one of the volunteers will find you.
Here, Pau. Did you underestimate France before the match?
No, I don't think so. I think we knew they were going to come out and play and compete, and they've been playing well, as in late. So we just didn't play our best. We had definitely our worst game of the championship by far. I think our shooting percentages show it. The rebounding difference, it's way too big, almost double. So those are big key factors. I don't think we underestimated France. They played their game. We just played not well.
I'd like to open the floor to a question to Pau in Spanish, please. Any questions to Pau Gasol in Spanish? Carlota?
¿Qué tal, Pau? Juan Carlos Navarro ahora mismo en zona mixta nos ha dicho que esto pasa porque no hemos preparado bien el partido. Quería saber si estás de acuerdo y qué piensas.
Bueno, yo creo que la preparación ha sido igual que cada partido. Lo que creo que ha habido faltas de concentración en momentos, faltas quizá de intensidad. Creo que Francia ha salido muy fuerte, ha jugado su partido. Y la diferencia en el rebote es tremenda, es muy grande, ¿no? Entonces eso yo creo que falta un poquito ahí de intensidad, de chispa y de concentración en momentos importantes del partido, ¿no? Está claro que tampoco hemos estado acertados y eso es preparación mental de cada uno.
We have time for one more question for Pau in Spanish, please. In Spanish, just in the front, please. We're just going to bring a microphone to you just now. Yeah, thank you.
Pau, ¿les faltó quizá una contratáctica ante la táctica brillante que puso Francia en juego?
No sé, yo no creo que la táctica haya sido mala, ¿no? Yo creo que ha habido momentos, son partidos de mucha tensión, de presión, y creo que la actividad siempre marca el resultado de estos estos partidos. Ellos han estado más activos, más acertados en momentos clave y nosotros no. Entonces, bueno, hemos ido a remolque todo el partido, cosa que no ha pasado en todo el campeonato y bueno, pues no, desafortunadamente no ha sido nuestra noche y hemos perdido un partido importante que bueno, pues es una lástima.
Pau, thank you very much for your time. Commiserations on your loss, but congratulations on becoming a new uncle this week. We have with us now Coach Juan Arenga. And Coach, if you could express your thoughts on tonight's game in English, please.
Of course. Good night, good evening, everybody. Today is a very tough night. We have a great illusion about keeping on the way to the finals, but it has not been possible. French team has played a very good match. They were with a very high level in defense. They read all the situations and they control the rebound. They stop our fast break. And even though we have our option in the third quarter when we were up in the score, but they came again with the control of the rebound, and we were really we failed a lot of shots today, and we were not strong in the rebound. And we are very sad about losing this game. For our supporters, for our federation, for our families, for everybody. And the only thing we can do is keep on working and keep on fighting till the last game.
Coach, thank you very much for your thoughts. Are there any questions to Coach Arenga this evening, first in English? Any questions to Coach Arenga in English? Just here in the back, please.
Coach, do you think that maybe you created a dream in Spain with your excellent first games and that this dream has been shattered today out of one night only?
If you could just, it's just hard for us to hear in the front. If you could just speak a bit more clearly.
If you think that you've created a dream with the way you played in the previous games, you created a dream for this country, for Spain to believe in, today this dream has been terminated.
We don't create anything else than what we were doing in the first games. We play great basketball, we play great defense, and we beat all the teams by a big difference. So everybody believes in us as much as we believe in ourselves. But today we have not we have not played a good game. They control the rebound, they control the rhythm of the game, and even in the third quarter, they came back again to the fight. So it was a dream, but a dream of everybody. First of all, the team, the coaches, and the federation.
All the way in the back, please. Grega Nakbar.
Hi, Coach. It seems like France was able from the very start to put their their pace into the game. If it was a low-scoring game, it seems like it was more into their favor. Was there something that you thought might be different from the start? It seemed like they had a good push from the first minute, and then it was kind of an uphill battle for the entire game.
I don't know if I understand good the question. You asked me about the lowest score. If it's no, we try to make a high score, but it's complicated to reach it when we shoot 2 for 22. I mean, and if we don't control the rebound, we should as much as the same times that in the games before. But we failed a lot of them. France has controlled the fast break many times. They cut the fast break with the faults, and I think we only scored one fast break in the whole game. So we prefer a high score, but we couldn't do it.
We have a question in the blue shirt in the back, please.
Thank you. What were, at your criteria, the keys that the different? what were, at your criteria, the keys that Spain could make a huge difference in the group phase games or in the previous games, and why in this game, at your criteria also, Spanish team couldn't make a difference in the first 2 quarters?
Because we played better in the first round and worse here. I mean, we control the rebound.
Tactically spoken.
No, but we control the rebound. We can run the fast break, and we has easy baskets running our systems. But today we didn't control the rebound. We haven't been with success in running our systems, and that's why. I mean, we don't play a good game today.
I'd like to invite one question in Spanish before we bring the press conference to a close.
Juan,
Bien.
¿has pensado en la dimisión o no se te ha pasado por la cabeza?
Hombre, ahora mismo estoy pensando todavía en el partido. Estoy pensando todavía en el partido, en lo duro que es estar viviendo estos momentos. Es complicado para todos. Pero tú sabes que yo soy una persona de la federación. Yo estoy aquí porque se ha confiado en mí, porque el año pasado fue un año que las cosas salieron bien y no hay nunca ningún problema en estar en un sitio o estar en otro. Hemos hecho el trabajo lo mejor que hemos podido. Hemos intentado facilitar el trabajo a todos y soñar con un éxito que no hemos podido alcanzar, pero que hemos peleado por él. Hemos peleado hasta el final y seguiremos peleando.
We have time for just one more question in Spanish. If I could ask this gentleman here in the red T-shirt on the side.
Un poco al hilo de Gonzalo y ESPN Deportes, ¿se han escuchado algunos gente del público pues decir, Orenga, dimisión, ¿cómo te sienta eso?
A ver, lo más importante es que hemos perdido el partido. No es que hayan gritado una cosa u otra, es que hemos perdido el partido y no podemos estar peleando mañana por las medallas. Cuando acaba, el cabreo es monumental en todos, en la gente, en mí, en todo el mundo. Entonces es normal que se escuchen cosas a favor y cosas en contra. Eso es así. El más cabreado ahora mismo, el más triste, el más jodido soy yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know there are probably plenty of more questions for Coach Orenga, but we must draw the press conference to a conclusion to make room for the French. Coach, commiserations on your loss, and I hope you'll make yourself available to some more questions, Coach, on the next level for the journalists in Spanish. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Coach, it might take a minute for people to still come in. So I noticed in the shoot around, you can shoot a little bit. Yeah, yes, you're a good shooter. And once the players never take you on, I hope, for sprints, do they? Stuff from. Okay, good evening once again, everybody. Welcome to the press conference. At the conclusion of tonight's quarterfinal game, France beat Spain 65-52. We have with us representatives from the French national team. It is Coach Vincent Collet on my left, and to Coach's left is the player representative Boris Diaw. Boris, if we could turn to you first and just ask you your thoughts on tonight's game, expressed in English, please.
Yes, hi. Very, very happy that the team won. Very proud of my team, the staff, for believing first. Because a lot of people didn't believe that we could win that game, but we always believed, the whole team, the whole staff, and we played that way, and I think it showed on the court. We started really strong, and we knew it was going to be a tough game. Spain has been playing great. But we showed the motivation, and I think we win the rebounds 50-28, and that was more or less on envy. The motivation was there. I think the motivation was different, and that's why it's tough sometimes for a team to play at home. I think we had the motivation to win. They have the motivation to not lose, and sometimes it's this little difference, and we could show that we were very aggressive. We knew they were going to come back in the second half, and we took it. It was tough. They came, pressure, being aggressive, but we were ready for it, and that's another way that I'm proud of that team, because we have a lot of young players that would just have lay down in this kind of situation, but we hang tough and never let down on defense. The all game defense was there, so even missed shots, made shots, defense was always there.
Boris, thank you for your thoughts. Coach Collet, your reflections on this evening's game, please.
Boris said the main. I think for Spain it was not that easy to play against us a second time, like for any team. And we will have to think about that, playing Serbia Friday. It's a very special competition. Normally you don't cross the same team, but that's the way the competition is. And I think the big spread of the first game was something important for us, because it was more motivation. Okay, we use it. We show to the players how bad we are looking during the first game sometimes, and even when we were very close from Spain. I remember we were only 31-28 in Granada, and we have been giving already 14 points from our very simple mistakes. And I am very glad and proud that the players react that way. I think they understood that the win was not impossible. We knew, as Boris said before, that to win this game, we have to be perfect. Defensively, not in offense, but defensively, we have to be perfect, because Spain get his confidence with offense. And I think we did it. Okay, we had a weak period in the third quarter when we turned it over a couple times in a row. But even in this period, we stayed together in defense. We did efforts, and they couldn't get advantage. They took the lead back, but only 1 point. And very quickly, we got the lead again. And I think beginning of fourth quarter, they started to feel the pressure. They had the chance to have Pau Gasol 2-3 times. He made incredible action to keep them close. But you could feel at this time that it would be difficult. And I think the last couple minutes, we play very good. Thomas made 2-3 incredible action, and all the team stay cool to win it. Thank you.
Coach, thank you for your thoughts. At this time, I'd like to invite questions in English to Boris Diaw, please. Just the gentleman in the check shirt in the middle of the room, please.
So there are some games that are to be won mentally. and especially when you play the host country. So, Boris, as a captain, what did you say to your teammates, for them to take up this huge challenge?
First, I told them to believe, but they already did. I didn't need to tell them that. The second thing I told them is to don't have any regrets at the end of that game. Give you 100%, give you all, every minute, every second on the court. Just play like there is no other game after that, like we don't play in 2 days or anything. And I think that's the main point. In a basketball game, you don't want to have any regrets. In life in general, you don't want to have any regrets. So that's all I told them.
John Hobbs, please, a question here for Boris.
Yeah, Boris, just talk about Thomas Hurtl's performance, especially in the fourth quarter, when he hit the three that made it an 8-point game and virtually sealed the win.
Well, it was great. Thomas is still a young player. He's still learning a lot. He's getting better game after game, already from last year to this year, from the beginning of the competition to up to right now. And so, sometimes he makes rush decisions. But we expect that from him too, is to have a little bit of craziness in his game. Sometimes he works, sometimes he don't. Today he did. I told him it was a big shot. A lot of responsibilities to take that shot, but he's a really proud young man. He can take the pressure, and he did.
We'd like to invite a question in French to Boris. Any questions in French to Boris? Okay. Are there any questions for Coach Collet, please? Questions for Coach Collet in English? John, Mark, could you just hand the mic to John, please? Sorry.
Coach Rudy Gobert has had a sort of a small role for you in this tournament before today, but always has obvious potential. Did he sort of realize some of that potential today?
It looks like. Rudy is a young player, as Boris was talking about Thomas before, but much younger than Thomas. Even in NBA, he doesn't play too many minutes. He was not ready when he left France 2 years ago. And since the beginning of preparation, we have to talk with him every day, but he has a real desire to do good. And I think the fact to dunk early in the game tonight gave him special energy. And for sure, he did an incredible job. Him and Geoffrey Lauvergne dominate the boards, and it's one of the key statistics of the game. We crushed them, 20 rebounds. That's fantastic. 16 offensive rebounds. That's what we gave to Brazil first game. And when we were in trouble in the third quarter and beginning of fourth, all these second chance allow us to stay in the game.
Any more questions in French to Coach Collet? I beg your pardon, sorry. Sorry, Coach. English in Coach Collet. Just here, please, in the black T-shirt.
Colette, it was supposed that Spain's strength was the power forward, and however, you grabbed more rebounds than them, you outscored them. So, did you expect to win or to defeat them just because of that?
Could you just ask your question a little bit more concisely, a little shorter, and a little clearer, please?
Spain's strength was the power forward. It's supposed for everyone, not the playmaker or other position. It's the power forward, and you outscored them. You grabbed more rebound than them. So did you expect to defeat them because of that?
Okay, thank you.
Spain's strength is its power forward play. How did you neutralize? How did you counter that?
I think our first goal was to slow them down. What we did probably the best today was our defensive transition. You can, if you watch their 6 first game of the competition, they scored so many points on the fast break or transition. Tonight, not easy for them, never. So we were coming to the second problem, half court. And half court, for sure, post-up is one of the the key. You cannot stop Pau Gasol all the time, but I think we did an excellent job. We were digging a lot. We took risk. Okay, our attitude were good from outside players, and we use also sometimes Rubio's defender to give more help. Okay, we have been deciding to let him open sometimes, but to control. And the other thing was to put pressure on their big men every time they were outside the paint. Many teams let them give them room and forget that Mark and also Pau are two excellent passers. And most often they give room to their teammates. And tonight we pressure them all the time. Every time they were high post, and many plays for them start with high post. We try to put them under pressure.
Are there any questions in French at this time for Coach Collet? Any questions in French? Okay, this concludes this evening's press conference. Coach Collet, félicitations and good luck in the next round.